Hi, everybody. Welcome to Rants and Rabbit Trails. I'm your host, Morgan.
And I'm your host, Pearl.
And today, I do have some funny things to share. But we can get into that later.
I'm so ready.
I was re-listening to the episode from this week, or this past week, because I'm a weirdo and I listen to our episodes even after they come out, after I listen to them multiple times through editing. Because I'm like, that's one more listen, baby. And I think we're funny. But there's a moment that we both, at the same time, go, Kim Kardashian! I don't know how it happened so perfectly, but like...
Kim Kardashian!
At the same fucking time.
Oh my god. I love listening to our... I don't know if we've talked about this on the podcast, but listening to it in 1.5 speed.
No, I don't think we've talked about it.
So fucking funny. I don't know if it's just me.
No, it is really, really funny, and I feel like having it sped up is better for my brain. Like, it's my brain's speed.
Oh my god, seriously. I can actually pay attention to what's happening. Right?
Even though I feel like I try to cut out as much, like, blank, noiseless space, because I do know that we talk, we both take very large pauses sometimes.
Yeah, my brain is like processing, processing,
and I don't even know, because, and I guess that's a good thing, because that means like I feel really comfortable talking with you and unmasking. So like
right, so, we're not like putting on any fronts or anything.
Yeah, or trying really hard. Where like, and I'll not even notice until I'm editing and there's like this big chunk and I'm like mid-sentence, like telling a story or whatever, and then all of a sudden I'm just like,
sometimes you just gotta put a little more.
And then
oh my god, I just slapped myself. Anyway.
It's one of those days. That just made me think of that song. It's like, it's just one of those days.
It's all about the he said, she said, or not about the he said, she said?
Bullshit. What are the words? I don't know.
It's
all about the he said, she said bullshit.
TikTok has poisoned our brains.
Oh yeah, for sure. Speaking of that,
go ahead and I was gonna say Tess has been off of social media for a while. They are so good at doing that, and it always makes me feel like a little weakling, just deleting like literally every social media.
I love that for them.
But I've taken to downloading full TikToks and sending them to Tess.
I love that for you guys.
And she was like, thank you so much for that. And then was like, is there anything happening on the internet that I need to know about? And I was like, just an onslaught of Kevin James memes. That was the only thing I could think of. There's probably a lot of other things happening, but as far as meme goes,
yeah, I'm very. I feel like there've been like 2 times in my life that I've deleted everything, and while it's been, like, I can see how it has its perks and everything, I guess I don't know. It doesn't do a whole lot for me.
I don't know if it does a whole lot for me, because I've never really taken that much of a social media break, unfortunately. I think Tess's reasons for doing it are mainly, like, trying to help with the attention span.
Yeah.
And just, like, comparing yourself to everyone. I get that so hard.
There are a couple different types of social media that I have stopped using, or, like, before Rants and Rabbit Trails, I barely used Instagram for a long time because of that reason. Because, like,
it's so fake.
It's very, very fake, and it's very toxic.
It's very curated.
In that aspect of, like, I found myself feeling like complete shit using Instagram, like, particularly Instagram, and comparing myself and feeling horrible, and it made my body dysmorphia act up and, like, worse and everything like that. So I didn't use Instagram for a really long time, and I could use like other forms of like, because TikTok has not really ever made me feel that way. TikTok, I'd say, is more of definitely an attention span thing.
1000%. Oh my god, my brain is like fully melting. Yeah, I think there's definitely perks to taking a break, and I think it kind of helps you reevaluate things sometimes. Like, or we were talking the other day, me and Tess, and she was saying something like, I can see a difference in the way I react to things that would make me compare myself just from like taking a break off of social media. I'm like, well, that's a slay.
Yeah.
What's that?
Slay. No, that's awesome. Yeah, I guess I have it is hard in some ways when you don't have anything else that you feel like you can sort of hyperfixate on or focus on. So depending on like the phase of life I'm in, it would probably be a lot harder. But like I go through phases already where I'm not on social media a whole lot because maybe I'm like really into reading, so I don't even like touch my phone for most of the day because I'm like reading a ton or doing something or like
hyperfixated elsewhere.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's
I use at least TikTok a lot for like inspiration for like recipes, crafts. I use it like Google when it comes to like crochet stuff.
Yeah.
So there have been times when I'll delete the app off my phone and then I find myself needing it so much for that purpose that I'm like, I wish I was better at not doom scrolling when I do go to find something, but you know.
I'm like, oh, I found what I need, and then I sit there for like an extra hour just scrolling.
And then I'm like, why did I come on here?
What was I looking for?
My poor neglected crochet projects. They're like, please,
mother, please, mother, please, remember us. Yeah, I was gonna say. So, the comments on the Astarian TikToks, I was gonna just follow up and mention that somehow Pearl found the comments.
Oh, I found it in the wild!
She found somehow like her
multiple of them, by the way, and I just haven't commented or liked it.
Her For You page has betrayed me. And
it's betrayed. Yeah. I mean,
I pulled up my TikTok one day a couple weeks ago after mentioning on the podcast that I had commented on Astarian Thirst Traps. And she found her For You page was like,
it was lining
up. This little whore commented on it. You're friends with them. And when I saw that you had liked my comments, I was like,
me rubbing my little hands together with glee when I saw that.
I've been caught red-handed in my shame.
No, I thought it was amazing.
It was really a humbling experience. So if anybody I know sees that, I'm gonna let that fly because you're you. But
wait, like, did you hear me when I said I've stumbled across other ones as well?
Yeah.
But I'm like, I will let Morgan live in peace today.
Thank you.
But let's be real. It's your For You page. It's my For You page. There's no shame. Especially comes with the twinky little vampires.
Twinky little vampires.
Vampires. Have you ever seen Fright Night?
No. I've seen like TikToks of people at Fright Night events because those are also Thursday as fuck.
Fright Night? Oh, like a Halloween thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Oh,
it's...
my sweet summer child.
Anyway, Fright Night is a vampire movie starring Colin Farrell as a vampire. And I watched it last night because I love it. And I haven't seen it in a while. I was like realizing this movie was my vampire awakening.
Really?
I don't remember what age I was when I watched it, but I was watching it back and I'm like, I cannot believe that this is the one that did it.
This is what did it for you?
Oh my god, that reminds me. I screenshotted some Letterboxd reviews of it, and I will now read them to you. Vampire Colin Farrell smacks neck. Come get y'all juice. Feeling very submissive. Might let vampire Colin Farrell suck all the blood from my body later. And last but not least, Colin Farrell, if you see this, please text me. I started watching it and I was like, I gotta go read the thirsty Letterboxd reviews of this movie.
Oh, I see. Oh, David Tennant! David Tennant is in it?
Yes!
I love David Tennant.
Leather pants wearing David Tennant.
Ooh, maybe I need to watch it.
I think you very much do.
Vampire Colin
I was thinking of you while I was watching.
You were like, oh.
Oh, slay. I have to rip that word from my brain.
Slay.
Slay.
So, yeah, I caught red-handed in all of my shame. And every single time since then that I've almost commented on one, I've been like, Pearl might see this.
Do it!
Pearl might see this. I shouldn't. But you know what?
I don't give a fuck. I look at it proudly. I'm like, yes.
She's like, that's my friend.
Literally.
Delulu all the way.
Proud.
And I'm proud to be delusional.
Oh my god, you almost caught me singing the real lyrics.
I know.
Every
I
once in
really
a while-
tried to get ahead there so that you wouldn't.
You did, I saw it. I will occasionally get just that part of that song in my head and I'm like, I'm gonna go jump off a bridge.
That's a fair response.
First of all, where did this come from? Second of all, what devil is in my brain? Anyway.
So, do you ever randomly think that you see something and then you're like sort of tempted to look back, but at the same time, like before you do, your brain is like, don't.
Yes.
That happened to me the other day.
That happens to me a lot, and I think I'm just crazy.
Well, yeah, but
well, my new thing, like before, I would never look in that direction, and now I'm like convinced
I'm gonna scare you back.
Like, oh, you think I can't see you?
You think I'm scared? You're the one scared.
You think
here,
I'm scared,
buddy?
Guy? No.
No. Yeah, that happened to me the other day. Also, shadows like in the corner of your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually don't know if I'm well.
Medication?
I don't know if I'm doing well, because I will think I'm seeing shit, and I'll look around, and then I just look over at Zach, and he's like,
again, honey. No.
I'm like, nothing. Everything's fine. I am not seeing shadow figures.
Nope. Nope. Never.
Okay, but for real though, it's not that serious. I'm just, I'm a little spooked sometimes, you know?
Oh my gosh. Okay, one time, one of my old coworkers, I don't know why I said old like that. Old. They were not old. They were younger than me.
One of your
and it wasn't that long ago. What?
A previous coworker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Previous coworker. One of my old coworkers. Told a ghost story once, and she said that it was like, I don't know. It was like one of those stories where, like, have you ever heard of like the hitchhiker like the hitchhiker curse or like ghosts or whatever that like you'll pick up and like
I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. I feel like maybe I've heard like is it like a specific thing or is it like a collection of
It's like an urban legend essentially, where I'm gonna sort of slaughter it because I haven't looked into it for a little while, but where it's like you'll see somebody hitchhiking, pick them up, and most of the time it's like they'll ask to be taken somewhere or whatever and will just like disappear from your car while you're driving or something. Pretty sure that's kind of how the gist of it goes.
Okay,
there are different sorts of stories and stuff of people like
this is like the New Orleans thing you were telling me about, the cab issue.
What?
In New Orleans? You were telling me about this?
Did I send you something about that? I vaguely remember,
or we talked about it on here. My memory is not good.
Like cabs picking up ghosts.
Yes.
And then like it being an issue because they wouldn't be paid and it was happening so frequently.
Yes. Okay, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no, I remember
The vibes
that.
are similar.
But yeah, something along those lines. It was sort of like that, but essentially she was like driving, and then looked in her rearview mirror, and there was a man in the back of her car, like in her back seat. And then, she was all obviously like fucking freaked out, and he just disappeared. And so
wait, your coworker was saying this happened to her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Spooky. And I was like, haha. That's funny. And then like and then
she's like, no, it's not.
And then like for weeks after I wouldn't look in my rearview mirror.
Dude,
because
this reminded me of something.
Because I was so paranoid after that. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm so red right now. Like I just got so flustered. I got so scared though. I wouldn't look in my rearview mirror for weeks.
To this day, if I'm driving at night, I try to avoid looking in my rearview mirror. Cause that has weirdly been a fear of mine.
Yeah, like seeing somebody in the back of my car, just like looking at you through your rearview mirror.
Like I will run my car off the road. Yeah,
the car, like
a black-eyed kid or a ghoul.
A gobbledygook.
A ghoul.
Like yeah. One time, on the topic of ghost stories. The place that we used to live, like growing up in Monroe.
The Scooby-Doo house?
Yeah.
Okay.
You had to drive through a cemetery
Don't
to get to.
Remember that.
It was the Odd Fellows. Do you remember the Odd Fellows? I should look into that. There were random things all around Monroe that were like, it was like this old society or something of like the Odd Fellows.
I have zero clue what you're talking
about.
And now I'm so intrigued.
The Odd Fellows Cemetery.
Okay, now I want to just see where that is.
That was up Old Owen.
Oh, is it that classic cemetery that's just like
so you had to go
off to the right there? Or is it like off of the main road?
You know where Albertsons was?
Uh-huh.
And Papa Murphy's and stuff. So like down that road was Old Owen. Yeah, so it was literally like Old Owen went split through the cemetery. There was cemetery on the right and the left. And like I always remember there were houses right next to it. And I was like, I would hate to live right next to a cemetery. Like even as a kid, we'd drive through there every day to school and to go home because it was the road to get to our house.
Right.
And yeah, even as a kid, it was like, I don't like that. That's kind of creepy.
Spooky.
But there's an Oddfellows Lodge.
Okay. Is that
The Grand Lodge Oddfellows. Friendship, love, and truth. What? Grand Lodge of Washington. Visit the sick, relieve the distressed, bury the dead, educate the orphan. And there's like this eye that is like the Illuminati. I'm not even fucking with you. I'm not
Okay,
joking.
well, I knew there was like a, what's it called?
And then,
Freemason Lodge in Monroe. Is that the same thing?
Yeah, there's a Freemason thing there too, which is so weird. I'm gonna send you this link. The Oddfellows. I remember learning that because the cemetery, there's like this main headstone that is, or this stone, I guess. I don't know if it's an actual headstone, but that has the cemetery name on it, and it's IOOF.
I just saw a picture of that.
Yeah.
When I looked it up.
Yeah, and I remember for so long as a kid, I was like, what does that even mean? It's like, oof cemetery. And I remember my dad, I think, telling me that it's like Institute or something of Oddfellows.
I gotta.
So it's just so weird, dude.
Those kind of things always make me
Monroe
like,
Lodge,
what?
Number 156. Encampments? What?
How to join? Should we join?
Should we join the Oddfellows officers? Oddfellows Grand Master? Oh my god.
What?
It's just so weird. There's
Any person of good and moral character over 16 years of age who believes in the supreme being, the creator and the preserver of the universe, is eligible to become an Oddfellow.
So there's this, under the officers tab, there's a Oddfellows officers and then Oddfellows Grand Master, and I clicked to that and there's a picture.
Oh god, here I am.
And he has
I am so utterly confused. Still.
I know.
Oh, do you see this Puffin thing?
Yeah, mascot, Puffin.
The song, just what?
Imagine by John Lennon.
I'm so confused.
Roses. Motto, be the sunshine in someone's day. Isn't it so weird? So, I'm pretty sure that, like, Monroe has, like, this cult, right? That's, like, super old, and that's where the cemetery came from, or whatever. But, patriarchs? Should we sign up for the newsletter?
We gotta infiltrate this, bro. About
Us History Museum.
What is this all about?
What?
Oddfellows recognizing the need for a woman's touch
and her helpfulness in carrying out the principles of odd fellowship brought into being the Rebecca degree, founded upon the principles of faithfulness, hospitality, purity, and dedication to the principles of the order, capitalized, as portrayed by women characters of the Bible. What is happening? The Rebecca Creed?
I don't know anything about this, but it says the ritual for Rebecca's has changed very little since 1851, so that's a good sign.
Since 1851?
Okay. Also, when I see this Rebecca, I can't help think of Klaus.
Rebecca! Rebecca!
This is some fucking weird shit, dog.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So now you know.
Now I know what my next rabbit hole is gonna be.
I know, I'm very, very intrigued. Maybe you can tell us about...
I'll give a PowerPoint presentation next time.
Yeah, and I'll look into the Grand Masons. And hopefully no one will come to kill me. Do you see the emblem, though, that says, like, on the top?
Mm-hmm.
It has the Illuminati eye.
Yeah, it's got something going on, that's for sure. Visit the sick, relieve the distressed, bury the dead, educate the orphan. Okay, you said that already.
Isn't that weird? That's fucking janky. This is the About Us page, by the way, you guys. Like, that doesn't tell us very much about what you're about. other than it just being very strange. There's this old photo of this guy, Scholier Colfax, was an American politician, businessman, and journalist from Indiana. He served as a United States representative and was the 17th Vice President of the United States. Why does that matter? Why is there a picture of that guy? Oh, the degree of Rebecca was accepted in 1851 as written by Scholier Colfax. The degree was originally written for brothers to confer for brothers capitalized to confer on their wives and daughters and was considered honorary degree.
Okay.
The degree could only be conferred at a special meeting, and brothers could also receive the degree, much the same today. What does that mean? Later, the sisters were allowed to confer the degree on other sisters. A ritual was adopted, with the sisters taking the parts. Rebecca Lodges were instituted and have continued to flourish. I feel so uncomfortable.
I'm reading their actual about page now, like at the top, and just like their
Independent Order of Oddfellows. That's what IO.
Oh, okay. To improve and elevate the character of mankind, to help make the world a better place to live by blah blah blah, to promote goodwill and harmony. It's a lot of
It's very culty.
Yeah.
It is definitely feels like a cult.
I like the ambiguous nature of everything that's on this page.
Our creed.
Like, we just want to make the world a better place.
Again, the Illuminati eye. Something else with the Illuminati, with like laurel around it.
Oh yeah, I see that now.
Oh, there's a video, but it says video unavailable. This video is private.
It's private for normies. Bitch, I'm gonna see if I can find a podcast or something about this, because I want to know. I want somebody who knows what the fuck they're talking about. Like, somebody who knows about cults and stuff to...
They refer to, at the very bottom, it just says, today Oddfellows and Rebecca's.
Rebecca!
Continue to exist with nearly 10,000 lodges in approximately 26 countries? What? Okay, sorry. You were saying somebody that, like, has an understanding of...
I want somebody who knows about shit. I don't fucking know about any of this shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I want to hear an expert. If you
find one,
I will send it to you.
Let me know. Because that's so weird. And yeah, so this cemetery that was a Oddfellows cemetery was, like, we had to drive through this to get home and to get into town. And one time, I don't know if, like, how you feel about orbs when it comes to supernatural or anything like that.
I don't know how I feel either, but...
Me neither. But...
I've mostly just, like, watched a lot of paranormal investigations, and, like, there'll be orbs and somebody has an opinion, and then and then they just move on. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel either about it, but, and I don't know if this was even really an orb, but one time when my mom was driving us home, it was dark outside. It was, like, late. I don't remember what we were coming home from, but we were driving through the cemetery. It was dark, and there's no streetlights or anything, right? Because there's, like, houses and stuff. Why would there be? And it's not a huge, like, chunk of the road that goes through the cemetery, but still, you're driving through the cemetery. It's on both sides. And both my mom and I saw, like, rush past the front of the car, like, this just, like, blur of light that was, like, you know...
That was my jaw dropping, by the way.
You know how, like, if you're really tired or, like, you have been crying or something, it's dark outside, and, like, the street lights or lights are just, like,
they do
streaky.
Their little flare thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's, like, flared. It's, like, this aura almost around it.
Mm-hmm.
And Or like one of those photos with like the exposure or whatever that's like taken over.
Oh, yeah. Like a flare.
Yeah.
Like a lens flare.
Yeah, and then it's like like a streak of light almost in the photo. It was like that sort of. It was just like we were driving and it went in front of the car, like right in front of it, where like if it was an animal or something, it would have like we would have hit it. And it just like streaked back past the front of the car. And I was like,
and you both saw it.
Yeah.
Ew.
And it was really, really weird. Like through that cemetery.
Is super weird.
Speaking of just like weird ghost stories, thankfully I guess wasn't a man in the backseat. Because
thank God.
I would piss myself, I think, if that ever happened. But it was very, very strange, and ever since then, of course, my like Christian mom was like, "It's an angel."
Of course it is.
But ever since like that happened, every time we went through the cemetery, especially if it was dark outside, I was like a little freaked out. And the vibes were always off. Like,
right.
Just through that chunk of the road, the vibes were just like...
You were picking up on those vibes.
Yeah, well, and I was like younger, so I didn't... I mean, I was like... All I knew was that like it made me uncomfortable to drive through that.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like, okay, maybe there was something else going
on. That's so weird. That's so
but yeah,
crazy.
It was very strange. It was sort of like reddish, pinkish, opalescent almost. This like light. It was so weird.
Damn,
and it like
crazy.
Streaked behind it, sort of like a shooting star.
Damn. What the fuck?
Yeah. It was very strange.
You know, I will say I have seen some paranormal investigations by investigators that I at least feel are serious about it and aren't, you know, pulling one over. And there'll be some orb going across the camera, and it's like, that ain't a speck of dust. That's not, like, the way it moves will be so deliberate and... Yeah. Not all the time. Like, there's definitely times when I've seen it, I'm like, that's probably just dust or whatever.
Yeah, or like a lens glare.
Yeah, there have been a few that I have made me shake in my boots a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I remember that happening and it being like, it was so fast that it was sort of one of those things where like, you know how sometimes if there's like a storm or whatever and the lights blink super fast and you're like, did I just blink or did the lights flash? Like, did I blink or was it a flash? It was sort of like that where it was like, did
that just happen?
Did my eyes...
But then you both saw it.
Yeah, like, did I see that right? Or was like, am I just tired?
Blinking weirdly?
Yeah. And it was like weird glare or something but there were no street lights. Like the only light were the headlights in front of us.
That is
and this
wild.
Thing went like completely perpendicular to where that light would have been shining or anything. So yeah, it was very, very weird.
What the fuck? That's spooky.
Yeah. Maybe that's what kick-started my paranoia. I'm like, did I just see that? Was that...
What the hell?
Did I see that? Did that happen?
Seriously, though.
Yeah. But, yeah, sometimes I'll see, like, something out the corner of my eye or whatever, and I'm like... It's, like, one of those times where, like, you think you would do a double take, but for some reason, like, you don't, and your brain's like, probably a good thing I didn't.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just keep walking and pretend that didn't happen.
Just mind my own business.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just mind my own business.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah. I saw a TikTok of that girl named Morgan in Appalachia, where like you've seen some of her TikToks. I've sent you some of them too. But I don't know if you've seen her TikTok catching something shouting "hey" at her from the trees?
No, I actually think I might have come upon that video recently and just scrolled past it because I was like, I'm not in the mood to get freaked the fuck out.
I was like, when I landed on it, I was really, really like on the fence. I was like, do I want to watch this right now? I'm very curious. Like, I love her account.
I love it. I love the vibe.
But do I want to watch this right now? Right. And definitely scared the ever-loving fuck out of me. It felt like my heart dropped into my stomach.
Is that not
and
the girl...
my stomach and my heart went out my ass. That's what it felt like. It was the vibes radiating off of that video. Once that happened, I was like, I'm gonna go step in front of a moving vehicle.
Is that not the girl that made a few videos about something mimicking her husband?
Yeah, there's this
so...
yeah, she's the one. Let me see if I can find her account so that I can like mention it and like credit. Yeah, so her name is Morgan. Her account is @_morg and then a few more underscores. But if you just search Morgan, it came up for me pretty quickly. It might be because I follow her. She has like a little ghost emoji and a little camera emoji. But yeah, she has this mimic. There's this mimic that has apparently been messing with her for years. And it mimics her husband.
I think I would throw myself in a vat of acid.
Yeah. And she's caught it on camera a couple times, and she only ever sees the back, like its back. She's never seen its face or anything.
Morgan,
like
I'm
that.
Gonna actually jump out of my skin.
And
I'm like tearing up.
I know. It scares the fuck out of me. But yeah, and then she caught it or something else shouting hey at her while she was walking outside. And it literally, if you guys watch the TikTok, some people have commented and said that it sounds like a crow saying hey. Because like crows will do that and like mimic that. But I don't know.
You disagree?
I don't know what I think because I've never heard a crow do that, but I can.
Wait, I kind of want to watch this video.
But
if
I can understand how crows would do that, but it just felt so. It sounds like a human, but not. Like immediately felt like if you could bottle up Uncanny Valley just and put it into only like a physical reaction, that's how it felt. It was like, that sounds like a human, but that's not. And my body like, my stomach, my heart dropped into my
When
stomach.
you're watching a spooky TikTok and you get that like chills.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know how to feel about it. All I know is that it gave me all the wrong vibes. Like, and I was literally like, oh, why do you still live there? Like, I think she has moved multiple times and stuff, but like, she's one of those people that's very, like, sort of like a spiritual, or like a supernatural magnet. Like, some people just are that way.
She's like a fucking lightning rod for all that kind of...
Yeah, unfortunately. I'm very sorry.
The way she talks about it sometimes is so chill too. I'm like,
yeah, like this has been going on for years. That
it would be like found footage style, me like crying and like
rocking back and
being
forth.
Like, if you find this,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly, rocking back and forth.
Yeah,
it's a no for me.
It's very uncomfortable. Yeah, she's the one that had that scary movie compilation, I think, that I sent you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I just found it. Hold on, I'm gonna watch this real quick.
Okay. My heart already, like...
I love her accent.
Mhm.
Spotlight, and the fact that I actually caught some, it sounds almost human. Like everyone says it does here, just something is a bit off. Neil, I'm at my family's haunted farm. I was gonna come explore with my husband today, but he couldn't get off from work because he's boring, so thought I'd bring you guys.
Oh, I'm literally my entire body.
My hands just started sweating.
Dude,
Like, I feel clammy. I feel like
The
I'm gonna
way-
throw up.
it sounds the exact same each time.
Exactly. It sounds identical every single time. It sounds
I'm gonna
wrong.
Jump out this window that's right next to me.
Like, I feel like I wasn't even watching it. But my hand, yeah, like I got all clammy and everything. You guys go find Morgan's account, and
It's
not
a newer
mine.
video too. So.
Yeah. We should repost that or something on
Yeah,
on our
we can
TikTok.
post it on our story. I'll save it.
But yeah, the fact that it was the same, like, tone, pitch every single time, it was almost like a recording. And that's what really gets me. Along with just all the wrong vibes.
All the wrong vibes. Oh my god, I'm like shaking in my boots.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that fucking creepy? I love this train, this, like, topic that we're on for spooky season.
Spooky ooky.
Yeah.
I have been watching a non-stop stream of spooky content, and it's the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I only got halfway into the newest episode of Ghost Files. I was
That
watching it
episode
last night
fucking
making dinner.
killed me for some reason. I mean, they all kill
It's
me,
good.
but like they were on some goofy shit in that episode.
Yeah, right. I love Ghost Files. You guys go watch her. If you don't already, go watch it. I wish I could start over so I had all that content.
Oh my, yes.
Like for the first time.
God. Throwback to when BuzzFeed Unsolved was my comfort show for a while, and I would just watch it 24/7.
Yeah, it's good. It's
I
really
remember,
good.
I don't know if I've said this. I feel like I'm having weird deja vu, but I was having like a panic attack, not doing well, laying in my bed, and Zach just comes over, opens YouTube, and puts a playlist of BuzzFeed Unsolved, and I immediately, it was like a baby given a pacifier.
Oh my god.
I immediately like pulled my blanket up and was like, oh, yes.
Yeah, everything will be fine.
Everything's fine.
That is true love right there.
I was like, damn, he knows me better
You
than I
know,
know
yeah.
myself.
Yeah. It's like those dancing fruit videos for babies.
Exactly. The sensory fruit videos.
It's me.
Love
I'm
those.
baby. I will freeze and just stare at the screen anytime one of those come up. I'm like,
I try not to. And then I'm like transfixed by these jumping peas.
Yeah.
And then it reminds me of VeggieTales.
Oh my god. I just remembered the FNAF movies coming out soon.
Dude, I was just thinking about that. I need to get back on my lore studies.
Are you slacking?
I'm slacking major.
Slacking on your homework?
I am.
Dude, I'm still hung up on this Oddfellows shit. The website, and it's just like the background art is like this pedestal with this heart on it. It's like a heart shape, not a literal heart. But it's just weird.
Okay, there's a podcast called Secret Societies, and there's a 2-part thing about Oddfellows.
Really?
Yeah.
Oddfellows.
It says the independent order, dating back as far as 79 CE, the Independent Order of the Odd Fellows is a society built on charitable efforts, yet behind closed doors, the Orders has a dark secrets and rituals that are closely guarded by members to this day!
That's so weird, dog!
Oh my
It's like
God.
we grew up in a area that has a lodge for these people.
Yeah, let's see, that's...
That cemetery, dude.
80 minutes? Easy. I'm gonna
That
listen to that later.
cemetery, dog. That's so... Oh, yeah, I'm gonna save that. Listen to that. Secret Societies podcast. Odd Fellows. Go look it up, you guys.
Also, groups that say they are all about charity and love and fellowship and aren't. We don't know anything about that.
What?
I don't have any experience with such institutions.
Never. Never. Oh, that reminded me of something funny, but I can't.
There are things in this world
that we will never understand. Oh, I love that. Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. Womp womp. Womp
that
womp.
had to come out. Womp womp. Oh my God. I have to mention my neighbor's Halloween decorations. I am obsessed. Every single year they do their house up so well. And they decorated it recently. And they make their porch, they make their house look like it has a big mouth with like sharp teeth. And I love it so much. And they've got like a witch on a broom, and they've got a 12-foot skeleton with a pumpkin head. And they've got a Beetlejuice out front.
What?
There's so much going on.
I want
Everyone
that.
else in the neighborhood needs to get their fucking act together.
I hate that, like, I can't decorate as much as I want to.
It's so expensive and so hard.
Yeah.
on the old bod.
On the old bod. Yeah.
Yeah, if I was rich, that's one dumb thing I'd be spending my money on.
I would get Lewis.
Ugh.
I am not a jack-o'-lantern. My name is Lewis. My
and
name.
that other one you sent me? I forgot what he even said, but it was so fucking funny.
Oh my God. He's like, ooh, trick or treat. Ooh.
Fruity little skeleton.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you've, have ever been into The Legend of Zelda or anything, but those listening that know what I'm talking about, that's like a very, very Legend of Zelda coded, like, ooh.
Did we already? Okay, I like old. What is it? Like fucking, I don't know, N64 Zelda game was like the last one I played. I don't think it was N64. GameCube. I don't know.
GameCube.
But that was back in the era when my siblings would barely let me play, so
Rude.
I've always wanted to play the newer games. It's on my list, but
Switch?
But have we talked about the moaning fairies or whatever?
the great fairies at the fairy fountain. They've always been that way. Like, always. Ocarina of Time and, like, Majora's Mask, like, back on the N64 and GameCube and things like that. Yeah, go all the way back. They've always been that way. Always been, like, suggestive sounding. And it's always, like, there's, like, a running joke of, like, when you're playing Zelda and your parents walk in and you're at the Great Fairy Fountain and the fairy's like, oh!
It is so uncalled for. I saw this TikTok of a guy who got like complaints at his apartment complex that he was like listening. People thought he was like listening to porn, and he's like,
I don't. Zelda.
At first, he didn't understand like where the complaints were coming from, and then he was like, Zelda.
Yeah. Have you?
I thought that was so
Have you
fucking
seen
funny.
any of the fairy fountains in like Breath of the Wild?
Those are the ones that
Yeah.
I...
Okay. Yeah. Those are blatant. Where it's
it
like
was
you
that
got.
one.
Are you kidding me, you guys? This is. You should. They just keep going.
Yeah.
The flower that like bursts open. Yeah. It's very, very.
LOL.
Oh yeah. Shimmy, trick or treat. Shimmy, ooh.
Oh my god. He's a star.
Oh, what a slutty little skeleton. Lewis has Is this not just Jeff Goldblum?
It's literally Jeff.
Yeah.
You can't convince me otherwise.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, these Halloween decorations this year.
Yeah.
They're popping off.
Target had some gays in their Halloween department this year.
As they should. As they should.
I mean, what is Halloween if not for gays?
Am I right?
It's gospel.
Preach. That's all that needs to be said here today. Have you, I'm sure you have gotten TikToks with the It Girl song.
Yes, ITGIRL.
You know I am that girl. Shh, bitch, don't kiss and tell.
It's been stuck in my head.
It's been stuck in my head. And 2 nights ago, I could not fucking sleep because it was stuck in my head.
Story of my life.
It was
just things on a loop in my head while I'm trying to fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something dumb as fuck.
Yeah. It was just on repeat. Just like the first chunk. And I was like...
It's never like that much of the song or
No.
whatever it is. It's just a little dee-dee. TikTok is just breeding ground for my echolalia.
Your what?
It's like that neurodivergent thing.
Oh, okay, sorry. My brain literally stopped. Input, output, everything just crashed for a moment. Yeah, it's just been this constant, bitch, you know I'm sexy. Ugh, don't contact me, bitches. On my feet. They stare because they know I'm the ITGIRL. You know, like, shh, bitch, don't kiss and tell. And I can't stop myself, like, once I start, because it's just, like, my brain's just, like...
It's primal.
It's gotta get it out. But then it was just repeating, and I was literally in bed, and I was getting so upset because I could not sleep, and it was just, bitch, you know I'm sexy in my brain.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
okay,
so...
I don't know why that reminded me of this, but when Zach and I were going to Seattle the other day, I was trying to distract myself in the car, so I was crocheting. I hate being in the car. I hate being in the car in Seattle. We've talked about this.
Yes.
And I was like, I need some music that's really gonna like bring that out. So I started with Phantom of the Opera. Because Zach randomly was like, sing to me, my angel.
I love that.
Every once in a while he'll pull that out, and then it gets me on my Phantom of the Opera shit. So I was like, just belting that on the way there, and then on the way back, Newsies soundtrack the whole way home.
Oh my god.
I was like, I'm so sorry, but this is really helping.
Good.
And somehow he did not know that even though I've been obsessed with Newsies for years, since way before I met him, and I'm always bringing up the fact that I'm shook that it's Christian Bale. I was like,
Christian Bale.
Whenever I'm listening to this, I just think, can't believe that's Batman.
Chef's
and he's
kiss.
like, what? I was like, you're fucking with me, right?
You're like, sit down, babes.
I'm fairly certain we've literally watched the movie together, but it's fine. We can watch it again. It's on
no
Disney
trouble
Plus.
from me.
Oh.
All right. Well, on that note.
All right.
Thanks for
Never-
joining us
Never
today.
back down, never what?
Never give up.
Anyway, sorry. Yes, thank you. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Seriously though, thank you. Please give us a 5-star review. I'm like, what are the things that we ask
thanks
for?
for being with us today. Being Do you know that? In the beginning. Anyway, thanks for being here. We really appreciate it. And if you want, you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Rants and Rabbit Trails Pod. We're going to repost or share some of the content we talked about today, specifically Morgan's TikTok in Appalachia. If you guys
and maybe
want
we'll give you
check that out.
instructions on how to join the Oddfellows.
Yeah, no. But yeah, we're going to share some of the content we talked about today. And you can subscribe to us on YouTube if you'd like. Go ahead and give us a review on Spotify or iTunes or wherever you listen to us. And yeah, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Always got to have like a little
Sing song.
thanks for being here today. Anyway, have a good rest of your day, I guess.
You really ate that up.
Shut up!
I'm so scared. Okay, bye guys.
Girl, bye!